And we are live. You can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Kick, and Rumble. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be right back with you, Howlers. We'll be right back. Howls over Baaz. I'm Jacob Casas.
This is Ambishun of Black Cup.
And today we have, two very special guests today. This is our Power Slap segment. So give it up for our Power Slappers over here. But we're going to have you introduce yourself to our audience, a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay. I'm Jackie, the hybrid Cataline. I am a Power Slap athlete. I also compete in MMA. I was on the U.S. national and Olympic wrestling team for 21 years. I'm an electrician. I have 4 kids. You name it, I probably do it. I also coach high school wrestling. So I have a pretty busy a pretty big resume and a pretty busy schedule.
Okay. We'll get more into that too as time goes. So I'll have you go and introduce yourself to our audience. Let them know a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? My name's Patrick. I'm actually not a power slapper, but I am a professional fighter. And I just came here to support her, but you know, this is my beautiful girlfriend right here. So,
and I dragged him into it.
You can't say no to her because then she'll smack you. Huh?
Although we've talked about me possibly doing a slap or two.
With her on her?
No,
I just
no. I'd rather go against one of these guys.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's cool though. So I seen that you. Okay, we'll start off. So start off from the beginning. When did you enter combat sports?
I actually started wrestling when I was 12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just turned 37, so quite a while. My parents coached me, both my mom and my dad. I have 5 brothers. They all wrestled, so wrestling was kind of just what we did every weekend. We were at a wrestling tournament. We're at wrestling practice every day. So wrestling was my entire childhood. And I just got really good at it. And when I was 17, I was recruited to live and train at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. So it kind of kickstarted my freestyle national team career when I was 17. I'm a 7-time national champion. I've traveled all over the world doing it. I wrestled in 2 Olympic trials, 2021 because of COVID, and then 2016. And then in 2021, I lost in the semifinals and I retired. So then I jumped over to MMA.
Well, what got you to wrestle? Because, I mean, my son wrestles.
Okay.
There is a lot more girls involved in wrestling now, I feel like. Mm-hmm. But how was it when you were in it?
I was the only girl at every single tournament. The tournaments literally stopped so everybody could watch me wrestle because I was beating boys. I was wrestling boys. I wasn't wrestling girls because they didn't have girls then. So.
What made you want to wrestle?
I mean, I was a tomboy my whole life.
You used to be the,
and I have 5 brothers.
Boys.
You know,
okay, yeah. You had no choice.
I didn't really have a choice. Yeah, but yeah, wrestling is obviously like my entire background.
Was your dad supporting that big time?
Yeah, my dad was my coach, and my mom was my coach. They coached the high school that I went to.
Okay.
So yeah, they traveled all over the world with me, Brazil.
How proud were they? I mean, because you went far in it.
I mean, they were proud, obviously. They thought maybe their sons would do a better job than their daughter, but, you know, at least one of them made it that far, you know.
So then you went to MMA.
I did.
So what made you want to transition into that?
Honestly, I didn't really think about it. I knew that I wanted to retire and just I didn't have the drive to wrestle anymore. You know, after 21 years, it's a long time. Like, I just didn't have the fire to want to keep competing. Yeah.
And what year was it that you?
2021.
For MMA?
Is when I retired from wrestling.
Okay.
And I transitioned right into fighting.
MMA. Okay.
Yeah. So my brother was also a professional fighter. He is an electrician now, so he doesn't do it anymore. But when I decided I was getting towards the end of my wrestling career, I told him, you know, I still kind of want to compete. I just don't really want to wrestle anymore. And he's like, well, why don't you try fighting? You know, you might like it. You might be good at it. You know, you're athletic. And so I started going to the gym that he went to, and which is Millennia in
Millennia.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Shout out to Millennia.
Yeah, shout
We,
out.
we have a, we you know we have a close family towards them. So
Yeah.
but that's great. You go there. I saw you. That's what I was talking about. Just so low key when he came in, I saw his shirt with the logo on it. Shout out. I know we got probably Manny watching. Manny Tapia, right?
Yeah.
He's always watching us. He'll be in the chat probably. So shout out to Millennia. Shout out to Manny.
Yeah, so I started going to the gym, and honestly, I was really good at it just because I had such a good base with wrestling. And then so Romy started looking to try and get me a fight, and impossible. He could not find me anybody to go against as an amateur because I've never fought before. So I had some people say yes, and then every single time somebody backed out. Because they look you up and then they find out, oh, dang, she's wrestled for a really long time.
Yeah, they
like,
didn't wanna
I don't
get
want to
beat
fight
up.
her as an
Yeah.
amateur. So my first fight was actually a pro fight. My debut was with PFL, which was the number 3 organization at the time, and it was pro. So I kind of just skipped all the steps that are usually in MMA.
You were a walking cheat code.
Yes. And I won my fight in 2 minutes and 36 seconds. I choked the girl and she fell asleep.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's kind of how it went from wrestling to MMA.
Did she fall asleep or you put her to sleep?
No, she fell asleep. She didn't tap. She fell asleep.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you. This is something that we ask any MMA fighter that comes on. We get a lot of MMA fighters. So what's the first thing you remember when you joined MMA? Like the first thing that hits your mind?
I got to keep my hands up, I guess, because I got punched in the face. I don't know. I didn't really, because I had done combat sports for so long, like wrestling, I didn't really
What
think
about
about it.
Okay, what about that first leg kick?
Oh, leg kicks are gnarly.
That's what everybody says.
And honestly,
Lorenz.
I didn't have like any really bad leg damage until my 3rd pro fight. And
Okay.
shout out to Evelyn, she fucked my leg up. Like, so it took a while to recover. So yeah, leg kicks are terrible.
So like we have a lot of MMA fighters. They almost always say that. They go,
Yeah, I don't
the
like
leg
it.
kick, man. Like that's everybody's
Yeah.
like that's the first thing you remember. That's the first thing I remembered when I joined MMA because I went from boxing to MMA.
Yeah,
And when I remember getting that leg kick, I was like, and I didn't know how to defend it because
yeah,
nobody taught you yet. You just went into straight sparring.
yeah,
I was just like, dude, how do I defend this? You know,
Right.
and eventually they showed me, but
yeah.
it was like everybody remembers that first leg kick. It was just
Yeah.
like, whoa. You know what
I don't know. I got pretty big legs, so.
Yeah.
So with you being in combat sports, you go to MMA. How did you end up transitioning over to power slap?
I didn't even know anything about Power Slap. I had never watched it, seen it. They actually reached out to me on Instagram. And I didn't respond right away because I just thought it was like a weird message from like, I don't even know what this is. And so I did a little bit of research, and honestly, the only reason that I transitioned to Power Slap was because Dana White owns it. And for me, it was a good business move, a good foot in the door, just to get in front of him competing, whether I wanted to get slapped or I'd never slapped anybody in my life. I didn't know if I was going to be good at it, you know. But it was a good business move to try to go to the UFC. So for me as a fighter, it was like, okay, what's the worst that can happen, you know?
Because you're right in front of his face now because he's putting so much time into it.
Yeah.
I mean, even the guys, you know, that are just doing mediocre in it, they're still getting right in front of Dana White.
Right. Yeah.
And that's hard in MMA now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So they hit you up, and then when you finally were like, okay, I want to check this out, how did that go, that whole transition?
They messaged me, and the day that I responded, they said, can you come to Vegas tomorrow? I said, no, I have to go to work. They said, we'll pay for your day of work. We want to meet with you.
Whoa.
Dana wants to sit down with you. Frank, who is the president, and Erica, who is the matchmaker, kind of all the behind-the-scenes stuff she does. So we went. I went. My boyfriend went. My parents went. I took my daughter. We sat down and met with them, just listened to what they had to say and who they wanted me to go against and kind of who she was and what she had going on. And before the meeting was even over, in my head, I was like, fuck it, just do it. And so I talked to my parents, and they're like, okay, you know, like, we don't really know how this is going to go because, you know, like, it's slapping.
Yeah.
So I told them, yeah, I'll do it. And 2 weeks later, I was on the stage.
How hard was that transition? Because, you know, you're used to defending
Different type of
punches,
training.
and you have to like keep your face still.
My
and-
initial thought was like, fuck no, I can't just stand there and let somebody hit me. And I watched some videos and I was like, I have a pretty good chin, you know, I think I'll do all right. And the girl I was going against had some pretty like gnarly knockouts. And I competed last year, Super Bowl weekend in Vegas. And obviously it went really well for me. So, you know, here I am. I've done it 4 times. I think I'll be competing again October 3rd. So, you know, it's been fun. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more laid back. It's not as strenuous on my body training wise. Like
What is the training like?
I honestly I don't even want to say it out loud. But people know this about me. Like I don't train for it. I don't train for slapping because I fight. I'm sparring. I'm doing jiu-jitsu. I'm wrestling. I'm doing cardio. All these things like. And I'm a full-time mom, full-time electrician. Like, when do I have time to add something else in, you know? But we do have a bob at our house, and every once in a while I'll go out there and I'll just practice my swing. It's more of like just an accuracy, hitting in the right spot, you know?
Yeah.
Like and on the defense end, you either have a chin or you don't. You can't train your chin. You're getting hit.
And once you get knocked out, you're kind of prone to it.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of sucks after that, you know?
And luckily, fingers crossed and knock on wood, it doesn't happen. But I have never been knocked out in any of my fights or slaps.
So how do they determine who gets the first slap?
They flip a coin, not in front of us. So who knows how that really goes? I don't know.
So it was kind of trippy. So we had Raiden in here. The first 2, he actually hit us up.
Yeah.
And that was the first power slap guy we had in here.
Okay.
I didn't know much about it, and it was really interesting hearing it the first time, you know. We had so many more since then, but you know, well, actually, we had Alan in here, but he didn't come in for power slap. Actually,
Okay.
He came in for his acting, and then he brought up power slap, and then that's how we got into it.
Yeah.
But Raiden kind of brought more in, and talked about it more with us. But yeah, it's kind of crazy just to be able to sit there, and I was kind of surprised to see a lot of MMA fighters are the ones doing this sport.
Yeah.
So like when people were trying to talk mess online about it, it's like, dude, these dudes will still kick your ass. They're MMA fighters. Like
there
you don't
are
even know.
some people that are not athletes.
Yeah,
They're not athletic. They don't understand like the weight cutting, and maybe you shouldn't cut weight when you're getting slapped in the head, and all of the stuff that goes into it. But yeah, they're bringing in more fighters just because we know how to hit. And we know how to cut weight, and we know, all the things that, because it's structured just like the UFC. There's weight classes. It's sanctioned by the commission. We get drug tested. All.
But they do want to get a lot of people that aren't like that, because I feel like I don't want to be like getting anybody in trouble for saying this, but it is a new sport, and they're going to try to get over in ways that they didn't get over in MMA. Little mistakes that they made in corners that they can cut. Maybe pay the guys a little bit less. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're going to be able to get away with that with somebody that's already not from a combat sport and knows how the game kind of works.
Yeah. And you see, like, they're trying to, I mean, what it seems to me is I've been involved in the MMA industry for a while already, and it's unless you're doing big things, a lot of MMA fighters. I mean, they're amazing athletes, like the best athletes in the world.
It depends on how sellable you are.
Yeah, that's
There's
the
a
thing
lot
too.
that goes into it. It's not just you're an
how
amazing
good
athlete.
you are. Yeah,
it's how you look, how you present yourself to the public. Like if people love you or hate you, like.
Are you
and it
marketable?
sucks. Yeah, it sucks that it's that way, but that's just how everything is.
Are they shooting more money at the power slap competitors right now than MMA? I mean, the small MMA guys that are.
I make more money slapping than I do fighting.
See, that's crazy. That's why I feel like that's where they're getting this.
That's just her, though.
I mean,
In
everybody's
general,
contract
no.
is different, obviously.
If you take a base level slapper and a base level MMA fighter, or one that's in the UFC.
Well, from UFC, for sure.
If
But
you
like
compare
local-
those two companies, the power slappers are making less.
Yeah.
But local promotions, like promotions here in California, guys are just starting out fighting. Like power slappers are making more than.
Yeah,
that.
that's what I
true,
meant.
too.
That's what I meant. So
Yeah.
besides being in UFC,
Right.
because you see all these MMA fighters, they're struggling. A lot of them that are not part of UFC.
Yeah.
You know,
Even the ones in the UFC are struggling.
yeah, they are. You know, so I mean, that's the one thing where I was like, I think they're probably trying to like push money at them so they can join Power Slap because
Yeah.
it's grown so fast. I mean, 18 months.
Overnight.
It was
for-
like, what the heck? It just
Yeah.
blew up all of a sudden out
Yeah,
of
it came
nowhere.
out of nowhere.
Mhm.
It did.
And I was like, when he came on, I was like, I didn't know how new it was. I remember seeing some clips, and I was like, yeah, I would like to talk to you. I was like, why would you do this? That's what I wanted to ask him.
Yeah.
So I was talking to him, and he's like, and then when I found out he did MMA, and they came at him, like, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
To me, that all makes sense. Like that they want to throw that at you because you're already kind of in that sport.
Right.
I didn't know Dana White owned it or anything at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that I know that, that's crazy. But
But I think because of now it's this is a privately owned company. Like they don't have to disclose their financial records, so they don't have to deal with all like the Ali Act and all that stuff.
yeah,
Like the
They still get a
UFC
lot of
has to. The
backlash, though.
UFC has that court case because they had to show what they were making and what percentage we're giving to the fighters. But Power Slap doesn't have to do that.
So when you first met her, was she already doing Power Slap, or you met after the fact?
No, we met at the gym during COVID just because this was like one of the only places that we were open, and it was just like we were both kind of in this transition period of our lives, just like a lot of people were. So we kind of just met at this place, and nothing was going on. And
We met before I ever even had a fight.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
we kind of started that whole journey to get together. Kind of turned pro together, and like it was something that I always wanted to do, and life kind of sidetracked me and took me in a different direction. And you know, if it was made for you, you'll find your way back to it. So that was something that I didn't want to just not ever do, you know. So then I met her, and it was just perfect because we're going to the gym, you know, we're
Yeah.
It's easier when somebody goes
You,
with
that's
you.
when you decided to swoop, huh? You were like, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
swoop.
And then, and then she's like helped me a lot with my wrestling, you know. So I never thought I'd be able to date somebody that I'd be able to train with, especially not somebody that would be able to have something to, you know, to contribute to me.
She ever tap you out?
technique-wise.
She ever tap you out?
He's better at jiu-jitsu than I am.
Oh,
I'm definitely
okay.
better at wrestling.
Yeah, it's a little different on that end.
And
yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of jiu-jitsu. I put
Oh,
the
no?
gi on probably twice a year for belt promotions.
So you do more. They do no-gi jiu-jitsu at,
Yeah, I
at
do.
Millennia, though.
I do
That's what
all
you
the
do, huh?
no-gi, yeah. It doesn't make sense to put a gi on when you're fighting, and, you know.
Yeah. I always liked gi more. Yeah.
Uh,
I used to like no gi when I first started, and then I started liking gi.
yeah.
It's just kind of different. I don't know.
I
My
just
brother
don't like
hates
that
it.
They just hold on to you. Like,
It's super different, and
they
if
don't
you,
let you go.
if you want to be successful in competing in jiu-jitsu tournaments, you got to pick one or the other.
Oh, okay.
Because that's how different it is, and you're not gonna win these big tournaments if you're doing both. I mean, you can at the lower belt levels, but once you start getting to like even fucking blue belts nowadays, or they have some really good guys. I'm a black belt, but you know I can't go like win, you know, Abu Dhabi and the no-gi, and then turn around and win IBJJF
it's
Worlds
very
and
rare.
gi. You know,
So are you more no gi or are you gi?
Yeah, no gi.
Oh, no
well,
gi.
more no-gi because I can use my wrestling
Yeah.
that she says I suck, but she.
I don't
if
say
you-
you suck.
if
I
you
just say
don't-
I'm better.
to her, like, let's put this into perspective. If you don't have an Olympic gold medal or a world title, you suck.
Oh, well, I mean,
Hey, that's a good argument.
I just know.
She just smiled. Look at that big old grin, though.
As long as I'm confident in my wrestling, then, you know.
But I am a fan of the gi too, and I, you know, just because of the tradition of it,
Yeah.
I get to put my belt on and put the gi on, and
He only likes it now because he got his black belt this year.
She only likes the gi so she can color coordinate.
Yeah.
she likes to match.
You ever go to like 10th Planet and train over there, like cross train? I know they're all about no gi over there. My brother trains over there right now.
Okay.
I have been I've competed against a ton of 10th Planet guys, but
But
actually,
you know how
like,
they have the open mats over there every Saturday, and there's like every school is over there all the time. That's why.
that's kind of how our gym
Ours
is.
is on
People come
Sunday.
from all
Yeah.
over.
Oh,
there.
yours is on Sunday for. You have open mat Sunday then over there.
Yeah.
At Peerless,
Mm.
which is like a sister gym of Millennia.
Okay.
I don't know if you know Steven Martinez.
Yeah, I know who he is. I never heard of that gym though.
Yeah, it's
Peerless?
his gym.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it's in
Okay.
Corona.
They're 5 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but people come from all over to that open mat. You're probably talking about the 10th planet in Redlands.
Yeah, the Redlands one.
Okay, I haven't been to that one, but I've heard about it.
Yeah, people like Tatiana and Patchy came from Vegas on Sunday. Like people come from everywhere to
Oh,
go
dang.
work out there. Yeah.
You got a solid network.
Yeah.
With your name, nickname,
Yeah.
Hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
Where did it come from, and what does it mean to you?
It came from him. Actually, we were having a conversation about like fighting and do I need a nickname? Like just like boyfriend girlfriend conversation. Like
Oh, is it
do I
pickup
really
line?
need one?
Was it a
And-
pickup line? I just say, go
And I
ahead.
was like,
He has already had
he's
it.
like, well, I don't really know. You're kind of like your style is kind of like a hybrid. And as soon as he said it,
That
I
was
was
it.
like, oh, that's it. That's the nickname.
Damn, that was
you know?
easy.
Yeah. So it was just one conversation, And obviously you can't give yourself your own nickname, so
You can't?
Mhm.
it's frowned upon.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right.
Yeah.
All right. So you gave her the nickname, and
He
it
gave me
stuck.
the nickname and
So,
it stuck,
so what does it
yeah.
mean to you?
It means for me it's like I have multiple styles. Like I was trained in martial arts as a kid. My dad owned several martial arts schools.
What kind of martial arts?
Shaolin Kempo.
Oh, Kempo. Okay.
Mhm. And then I wrestled, and now I'm doing boxing and jiu-jitsu. So I'm
So you
I'm
got
pretty
kicks?
good at.
Do you have good kicks, man?
I have good kicks, but
Kempo
I don't like to kick.
No, you don't?
Yeah, I don't.
No.
It hurt. I don't like to hurt my
Because
own leg.
Kempo, like, they do a lot of fancy kicks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't like. I mean, I'm not very tall, so I don't like to go any higher than like
Yeah.
mid kick. But
So your game's more ground game.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
You don't like to like stand up and bang a little bit.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I now because I'm just more comfortable because I do privates and hit mitts and we're in the gym 2 times a day, so I'm more comfortable now. It's
Yeah.
been 4 years, so I'll stand there and bang, and then if I don't feel comfortable doing it with whoever I'm fighting, then
Then
I'll just
take
take
'em to
you
the ground.
down. So
How's your takedown game? Sorry, go.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, how's your takedown game?
I've never not been able to take somebody down.
Oh, okay. So it's really good. Then.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, 21 years is a really long time to learn a good takedown.
Have you seen that dude on social media? You think you can get him? You think you can take him down? You think you can get him?
Maybe I
He's
might
good.
be able to.
He's good.
Dude, he's
You know
gotta get
what?
some good guys
I
too.
really
I
like.
like watching him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we watch it. I really like getting the front headlock and ankle picking.
Oh, the ankle picking.
Yeah, so I'm really good at ankle picks.
He just scrambles. Even if you get him, he scrambles.
He has a pretty good explosion too. He's like boom. He just
But
takes
also
off real
for
quick.
me, because I wrestled in freestyle, if I ankle pick you and you fall to your back and you roll over and I don't get on top of you, I still score points. So for me, that's points. Like I don't need to stay on top of you.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get you guys to. I'm gonna have to get
To
him
wrestle
on.
him?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, we're gonna do it on Howls over Baaz over here, dude. We're calling you out right now.
Set up a
If
match.
there's a wall or a cage, I definitely can
I
take
can.
him down.
Yeah.
I will 100% take him down.
Say it to the camera right here.
There's stipulations on
What's
this.
his name again?
I don't know his name. I have to pull it up.
Just like Giannopoulos or something.
Yeah.
I will take you down if we're in the
Uh-oh.
cage.
You hear this on Howls over Baaz right
Challenge.
now.
Calling you out.
Challenge.
But I do like you though. I think you're a badass wrestler.
Yeah,
He is.
yeah. He's really good. I'll
He
trip
is.
out. I thought for sure some of these dudes were gonna take him down. They
Yeah.
couldn't do it. I was
Yeah.
like tripping out.
I know. I like when he like goes to the colleges and
Uh-huh.
college wrestlers can't take him down.
So how long you been an electrician for?
I'm in my 4th year as an apprentice. I'm in. It's called WECA. It's the Western Electrical Contractors Association. It's an apprenticeship program, and they put you through schooling and then on-the-job paid training.
That's a great trade.
It's a 5-year program. So once you hit 5-1, they go by like semesters 1 and 2, and then you graduate to the next grade. Once you hit 5-1, you can take your test to get your journeyman's card. So I'm almost there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah,
Because I mean, my whole family we always been in trades.
yeah,
So when I seen on your social media, you're an electrician, I was tripping. I saw it on your
Yeah.
story today.
yeah.
I was like,
was
no
at work
way.
today.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
I hurried home and showered and came here.
That's crazy. So I mean, you're a Sparky.
I am a Sparky.
Does it make you nervous though? Because I mean,
Not
that's
at all.
so all the trades. Because I've done plumbing.
Mhm.
I've done this is my diesel repair shop. Right?
Yeah.
But I did not want to get an electrician because I was
Everybody's
like,
scared of electricity.
I was like, I'm not trying to get fried. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even when I was doing plumbing for my stepdad, I remember thinking like all the like sometimes people try to like get me to mess with some electricity. I'm like, nah, you gotta call.
You know why
electrician for
that
this one.
happens?
Why?
Because people don't turn it off.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The best
for
way
sure.
to work on
That's it.
electricity is turn it off,
Yeah,
and then you don't have to worry about getting
Simple math.
sparked. Yeah,
I
Simple
was
math.
just like, man, it's just crazy.
yeah,
So you were just able to dive in that and not be nervous at all on that?
yeah. I wasn't nervous. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not like, and he'll attest to this. I'm not scared of doing stuff. Like I don't
Anything?
get nervous doing it. I don't get nervous stepping in the cage, getting on the.
You don't
stage
get
for prom-
butterflies or nothing?
Not at all.
Dang, you're a beast.
Nothing.
Are you a person that
What
when
the
you see
heck?
something that you like, you just go after it and you say, I got to get this?
Yeah.
What
I was raised that way.
what made you like not be nervous to do any of it though? Like you just you don't feel not even butterflies?
Mm-mm.
That's wild.
I mean, I competed for a really long time. I think I got through all of that.
Is it
wrestling.
confidence? Is it just confidence now? You just
Oh,
know
yeah,
that you can
100%.
complete what
Yeah.
you're setting out for.
Yeah, some people will say it's cocky, but I'm very confident.
Nah, fuck that.
I'm very confident
Mm-mm.
in my abilities, and I wouldn't do it if I didn't think that I was gonna win.
But even going in MMA, knowing it's different,
Yeah.
you're just confident because you can still take them down and all that, huh? Is that
Yeah, and I hit hard,
Shit.
so you know.
I say we let her slap you once.
I'll just say what that, you know.
Let's see if you can take it, man.
Everybody always argues who's getting slapped.
we got John over here. John hasn't been on camera, so
Uh-oh.
I think
We got to
John's
volunteer.
the production crew. John, he likes that stuff.
Yeah.
How do you stay grounded and focused with everything? Because from the electrician
That's
to
a
the
lot
kids
going on.
to the boyfriend to the power slap to training, how do you stay focused?
It is a lot. Just having a good base of people around me. Obviously, my parents, my boyfriend, my training partners, my coach, and just kind of I do get overwhelmed sometimes where I'm like, fuck, something's got to go. Like I'm not gonna keep doing this or that and usually it's because I'm doing so many things with MMA and power slap and competing so often. I competed 9 times in 12 months last year.
Shit.
So I'm very busy on top of having a full-time job and the kids in school, and they all do stuff. They wrestle and do jiu-jitsu.
How do you
And
prioritize?
yeah, I don't. I just don't sleep.
Jeez.
But yeah, it's a lot, but I have a good support system, so it's manageable. And in my head, to me, it's like I'm not doing all of these things forever. I have a very small window that I'm 37. My window is very small to be able to go to the UFC, to compete in power slap. Like I'm not doing these things into my 40s.
Where's
so-
your heart at? Where do you want? What is the thing you want the most?
Oh, I want to go to the UFC. Yeah, I've fought for Bellator, I fought for PFL, and I'm currently fighting for Invicta. So I think it's just a couple more wins, and it's a possibility. I don't know what their stipulations are and how they decide who's going, but I think him already being my boss and I compete in front of him and I deal with all of the people, I think it makes it a little bit easier.
A little leverage.
Yeah. So I think hopefully by the end of this year, beginning of next year,
Okay.
and I'll jump in on a 1 or 2 week notice. I don't even care.
Do the two of you train together
We do. Yeah,
a lot?
a lot.
How was your week of training? Because I know you said sometimes you go twice a day, sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So how was your week of training when you really digging into training?
It's a little bit different for both of us. But we both spar twice a week, hit mitts, do jiu-jitsu. So we spar Monday and Wednesdays at Millennia, and then I coach high school wrestling. So I'm in the wrestling room 5 days a week.
You
in the
literally are
afternoon.
like swamped.
Shit.
That is
Yeah.
wild.
So
It's also like sometimes there's things going on with our bodies that
yeah.
we only know about. So like we sometimes we gotta rely on each other to get to a training session without making it worse.
Yeah.
Like this other person that doesn't know you might crank on your fucking leg
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something that's already messed up, and then you're out of the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very picky, especially when I'm in camp, on
That's
who
good.
I train with.
Yeah. Like the newer guys, like
I
they
don't
always
go
want to
with new
hurt
guys.
you.
I don't go with
and-
white belts. I don't go with new guys. Because they're not trying to hurt you. They just don't know
Yeah,
what the hell
yeah.
they're doing. So I always get injured when I go with somebody new. So I just stick with my base people
Yeah.
that I train with.
Because
on
you
a
got
daily.
too much going on. You can't.
Yeah.
You just can't. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just too much.
Yeah, I can't
You
afford.
can't
to-
get hurt and then
yeah.
be out for because sometimes it's just months of trying to heal from that,
Yeah.
and you think like all I can heal from this pretty quick, but then you just keep hurting it.
Yeah.
with the same kind of people. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I take my recovery a lot more seriously now in my 30s than I did in my 20s. So that's been helpful for the body.
Who would you want to fight in UFC right now if you can?
I would go down to 135. I've been competing at 145. They don't have a 145 in the UFC really anymore. But obviously, I would want to fight all the main people at 135. All the people in the top 10.
You have no fear, huh, by fighting anybody?
I'll fight. I will fight Kayla Harrison in 2 weeks
because she doesn't respect them.
No, I know some of their names.
Every time we're watching it, and she is, she's right about a lot of it.
When I do watch it, sometimes I'm like, how did this person get into the UFC? And it's like, there's so many people out there that are like me that are good that are just not.
Did you ever go to the UFC tryouts?
I never have.
So back in the day,
you mean the Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah. So back in the day, I went with a couple of my one of my trainers actually.
Yeah.
There was a ton of people that were way better than the other guys.
Yeah.
None of them got picked.
I know.
And I was like,
what season?
Man, this was so long ago, dude. It was like, I don't know. It was probably like one of the first ones. Had to been one of the first ones. So, because I'm 44, dude. So this is like when I was like 28, maybe.
Yeah.
20, And I was like, what is going on? I mean, Danny Waite was right there. Danny Waite's around everybody. I'm watching everybody go, and they're picking guys.
What weight were you?
Like 180.
You were at 80, so you fought at 85? Or?
180, yeah, 185. But my trainer was there, and he was badass. And all these guys, I was like, for sure, they're going to get picked, dude. They were mopping up everybody.
Yeah.
Nothing. They didn't get picked. They were so upset. Like, dude, there's just no way.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way, dude. These other guys that were picking, and they didn't have anything on them. It didn't make any sense. But they they were showmen, and they were like, putting on a show and talking crap and all this stuff. But they were still getting beat. Yeah. So we were like, okay, now that's when we all knew how this was kind of going to go.
Sometimes it's more entertaining to have somebody that talks shit, and you want to watch them get beat up,
Yeah,
so they it's a business, and at the end of the day, they have to sell tickets, put asses in seats.
And they really wanted younger guys.
Yeah.
Like those guys were like probably like 30, 32.
Yeah.
There's two guys they should have for sure took them. They were just badass. They were dominating everybody. They didn't take them.
Yeah,
it didn't make any sense to me.
My main training partner right now, she actually fights in the UFC. Her name's Brogan Walker. She has a fight coming up, but she was on that.
Show,
she did it, yeah. So maybe I'll do it. I don't know.
I
just don't want to live in a house with people, so I just want to just fight and go home.
There's been quite a few people from Millennia that were on the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We had a few. Man, I think we had like maybe about 5 different. Loren's been on here before.
Yeah. That's his main training
partner.
Oh
yeah, Lorenz. Yeah, I knew him for a long time, man. He's a badass.
Yeah, he just won his karate combat match.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he just competed like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks.
He's like not even human. I feel like
yeah.
You know what I mean? The way he trains and fights, it's like, dude.
Yeah.
He's different. It's like breathing for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just crazy. That's your main training partner?
Yeah.
He's badass. Dude.
Been kicking my ass for years. And it's like it's hard to gauge your own skill level when you're like beating everybody, and then there's him.
Yeah.
He beats me all the time. So I'm like, God damn, where
am
I really at?
Yeah. There's always those guys though, man. I remember when I was training hardcore and I thought I was just badass, and then I'd go against somebody and like Brian Warren. I don't know if you're familiar with him and stuff. And
I know who he is.
Certain people because they were all my trainers back in the day. Eddie Millis, Jamie Fletcher, all them, and Romy and all those guys. And I remember going against some of these guys and they would just dominate me. And I was like, dude, I can't even believe this shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm been knocking so many people out, and you're going against somebody and you feel like you're like a 13-year-old kid compared to them now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how it always feels when you start. That's how it was for me. Like I was in really good shape, just lifted weights a lot. I was like 25 or something. And then this Brazilian guy was like, oh, you should fight. I'm like, okay, so they're like, okay, your fight's in 2 months and you start training. So I came into this back room, this gym downtown. I started training. It was just this Brazilian guy and his wife. I don't even remember his name, like Rodrigo or something, whatever. I don't know. And he put me up against some high school kid that was just a soccer player. And he was an athletic kid, you know, but neither one of us could do anything to each other. And I'm like, shit, like, how come I'm not? I said, like, I knew what all the moves were called. I watched that shit on TV. Like, how come I wasn't able to do it in real life, you know?
Yeah. How long you been training for then? MMA?
That was actually when I first started when I was 25, but I didn't really start training until I was like 29. I took my first fight when I was 29 because
you started at Millennia?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Where'd you start at?
It was downtown Riverside and a little gym that's not there anymore, but it was pretty much a bunch of guys that had got kicked out of all the other gyms.
Okay.
And I didn't know, I didn't really know how, like, but they did teach me a lot just about like how the fight game was, not technique. They never taught me any technique. We did a lot of sparring, and I started fighting, and then they told me like, hey, if you're going to fight, because I really just wanted to do it one time as a bucket list thing, just to say that I did that. And I definitely wasn't ready to start fighting, but I was tough. And then they knew that. And I had already done like a bunch of time in prison. I went to prison when I was 19 and I got out when I was 27. So, 27 or 28. Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, I'm pretty tough. I would love to like add this to my tough guy resume, a cage fight, So this guy at my gym was like, oh, let's do, it was like a team structure where we were putting together a team to represent Riverside. So that's how I had my first 3 fights. And then I won my first one, like did really good. And then I lost my next 2. And the guys that were with me, they were like, hey, if you weren't going to do this, like you should probably step back, focus on jiu-jitsu for a few years or just compete doing that. Just get better at competing and learn some technique. And then they told me like, you should probably go to this other gym called Millennia. They would talk about it all the time. Like, oh man, Millennia, like it was like the place to be, so
it's been around forever. Most of those gyms that's been around that long have all closed. Even Shark Tank where I was going, Shark Tank and Millennia, they were like rivals, like kind of like rival schools back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And but a lot of those guys that trained at the Shark Tank with me, they go there now.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's the school. Like,
yeah, I think they established it in '99, and they have a second location in Chino.
Yeah, Chino. Yeah. I've been to that location too. Yeah, that's the one Manny's at.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you're friends with all those guys then?
Yeah.
You know them all.
Yeah, I've seen that gym turn over so many times. Like I feel like I've seen multiple generations come through that gym.
Yeah.
The Chino one, or the
Just
Rancho
Millennia
one?
in general.
Oh yeah. But Loren's been there for a little while now, though, huh? I know he was in Riverside when I first met him, and then he transferred to Millennia. It's been years now, but
I think right around the Robbie Lawler fight in Strikeforce.
Yeah.
And then I came right after him.
He was with Irish for a while, huh? What's his name? Irish, the guy that was his trainer for a long time.
Yeah, and I think Lorenz was over at a gym called
I'm trying to remember Icon. There was another one too. It's in Riverside, right?
In Moreno Valley.
There was another one in Riverside he was at. I can't remember. It was huge though.
Yeah, but those gyms are whatever.
We're gonna ask him
yeah. But it was it was so massive. It was probably one of the biggest MMA gyms I've seen that he was training at. Yeah. It was just so huge. Walking in, it was just so cool. But
that's the one that was it in downtown Riverside?
I think so.
Okay, that's the gym where I started at.
What was the trainer's name?
He wasn't no trainer. Lorenz would just come in at night and hold pads for his girlfriend in the cage.
Oh, so you used to train
He
there
never
too,
trained
then?
with us. He never trained with us.
What was the? It was I'm trying. Hitman. That was his name, right? The guy. His fighter's name was Hitman, right? Was that the same gym or a different one? I remember that's where I met Lorenz. He was training at a gym, and it was called something Hitman.
Everybody wants to call themselves.
Yeah. I know, but he was actually the original one, and that's what everybody told me. From then, this was when I was like 28, dude. You know what I mean? So, and everybody was like, he was mad about it, and Lorenz was like, yeah, no, he's the original Hitman. He was the first one, and
I don't really know anything about fighting back then.
I don't know. This is way back in the day. You know what I mean? This is I'm just trying to remember because it's all just from so long ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know you're talking about everybody. That was a big old thing actually. Everyone to call themselves Hitman. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah, but he was actually one of the first people that I met when I went to Millennia. And then I was like, oh, hey, because we have mutual friends that we grew up with. And I told them, oh, yeah, and I'm from Riverside or this and that. And he was like, oh, cool, we could carpool. And I was like, oh, shit, dude, this guy, like, he's like a legit fighter. I just watched him on TV last week. And he said I could carpool with him. I was like, fuck yeah. But we didn't carpool. We like years later, once or twice. But he's been my main training partner. So
that's cool.
I feel like I've, like, gotten a lot fucking better just from having him as my main training partner, but also like I've had to come realize over the years that nobody else fights like him that I'm gonna go out there and fight. So like the way that I have to spar against him when I do, because we know each other so well, and he has this. I know that he has this thing that he does, like besides the fighting part that he's also doing to you while he's fighting you. Like he has a way of sapping your energy. Yeah. So I have to fight him a certain kind of way that other people aren't going to fight me like that. Have
you ever got him pretty good though? Like at least one good one?
I won my first round against him probably a couple weeks ago.
I want to hear about this.
Probably going to deny it, but Lorenz, I won that round, my first ever round. Dude, I don't know what was happening, but I was like, one of those days you just not feeling it. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as the bell was going, like, I was just like, I had the golden touch. Like everything was just, I was just in the moment. It was a good day. But then he kicked my ass the next 2 rounds.
It's usually how it works.
That's cool though, because I've had those little like moments where like my old trainer would beat me up all the time, and then certain days I finally got him at one point. I never let it go. I would be like, hey, remember when I got you? You know what I mean?
That day I could have hit that round. I could have hit a bullseye blindfolded backwards. That was really good.
Yeah, that's cool. Those are those days, huh?
Yeah.
You ever sparred Lorenz?
I have.
Little things here.
He takes it easier on the girls than he does the guys. He drops a lot of people with body shots, but he doesn't try and drop any of the girls. But I actually did take him down once. And
oh, dang. Look at Lorenz.
Yeah, I took him down. And he, our coach actually called it out. He's like, that's a takedown. And Lorenz is like, what? That's not a takedown. But yeah, he's good to have in the room. He brings good energy, like he's one of our like team captains, so he's, a good example to follow. Yeah.
And he'll go hard as fuck, and especially if you're like someone new coming into our gym, like you're gonna have a hard time.
The news.
But
the new
like
people.
For his training partners, and we all kind of are like this. I could be better at it because I can get pretty heated sometimes, but like he'll beat up your body and your legs and try to stop you, but won't try to knock you out.
Yeah. That's kind of worse, actually. Sometimes you rather get knocked out than get your body beat like that. Yeah. Because sometimes you're just like, dang, man.
When you're on the ground making funny noises in front of your girlfriend, like, that shit sucks.
I know. Everybody's like, I remember my girl would always be like, man, you're all at the gym training hard, and you're like, don't touch me. Like, I'm like, getting off the couch and everything. My legs would be bruised and everything, I remember those days. Yeah. It's been a while.
Have you ever seen that meme where it's like, the couple cuddling at night, the girl is like spooning the guy, and she's like, her thought is like, he's probably thinking about somebody else, and then his thought is like, I should have blocked that punch and done this.
Yeah. I haven't seen the one where the guy's thinking about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's your first thing, your go-to thing is ground, is jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You like jiu-jitsu or wrestling better?
Wrestling.
Okay, you do.
She doesn't.
I if I can take you down and just stay on top and punch you.
Oh, so that you'd rather do that?
Yeah, I would rather do that.
She has a few submissions that she'll dive on. That she has a couple good submissions.
Yeah.
Let's keep it PG, guys, over here.
Yeah.
Just
We're not talking about in the bedroom.
Okay.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, you got to be clear with Jacob.
I get the submissions.
But yeah, man. So is there So we're gonna use this last moment over here just to like anything you want to say to the audience. The floor is yours. Any like talk about any fights you have coming up, any power slap competitions you have coming up.
Encouraging words, anything.
Any
So
encouraging
I
words,
do
all that.
have a jiu-jitsu match coming up. I have a combat jiu-jitsu match coming up September 5th in Long Beach for Subversive. Tickets are online if you want to buy it. I think they're also on YouTube. It'll be like live and free. And then 90% chance I'm competing in Power Slap again October 3rd in Las Vegas. I always suggest coming to the event because it's way better in person than the little clips that you scroll
wanna
through
go to
and
one.
see.
Yeah.
Definitely go. It's a really cool atmosphere. It's not like a UFC fight where you're way in the boonies. Everybody is right next to the stage.
There's a lot of
You
like.
hear all the shit talking. You hear the slaps. Like, it's really cool atmosphere.
We need to go.
Yeah, you guys definitely
We
need
can
to
live
go.
stream. Yeah.
I think Pono might be on that one too. So
Yeah.
it's a
We
good
gotta
one to
figure
go
that out.
to.
We got to do it
Yeah.
October
yeah.
3rd.
October 3rd. October
Yeah.
3rd. And then I'm actually cornering October 4th the UFC fight. My training partner's fighting.
Okay.
So, and then fight-wise, I should be having a fight with Invicta, but they don't have a set date, but it'll be this year. So one jiu-jitsu, one slap, and one more fight this year for me. And then hopefully nothing in December so I can have a little bit of a
Relax.
holiday. Yeah.
Any encouraging words or anything about anybody that wants to get into power slap? What would you recommend? Anything?
I mean, I don't recommend getting into power slap. I just it kind of just fell on me, and it was good business for me for fighting. But it is very entertaining. It's very fun. Everybody watches it. If you want to be famous, getting knocked out or knocking somebody out, by all means, power slap is the way to go. But for me, like, I coach high school wrestling, so I'm around a lot of kids. They all think it's really cool, but I don't suggest it to them, like
Yeah.
wrestle, get a scholarship wrestling, go to college, like stuff like that. So, but I'm a busy person and I like doing crazy things. And if you like doing crazy things, then I guess you can sign up for Power Slap online. So there's a form online. You can sign up. If you want to try it out, then, powerslap.com. Go try it.
There you go, guys.
Yeah.
Any last words from you? Nothing.
Some encouraging words for the power slappers. The fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. You have to be a little bit off to compete in power slap to fight. Like, there's definitely, it's not something that everybody can do. So,
Yeah.
more props to everybody that does it.
Well, we appreciate both of you guys coming on.
Yeah, thank you for
It was
having
a fun
us.
episode.
Very, very fun.
But so yeah, I'm gonna close out. So please, everybody, like and subscribe, and go follow her. Go follow both of them, and watch the Power Slap event coming up. So Howls over Baaz. I'm Jacob Casas.
This is Ambishun.
You guys want to call you guys your names?
Jackie the hybrid.
Patrick the Kurgan.
And peace. We're out. Peace.
Yeah.